A college football player lost everything except his determination during a game that left him unable to move. Chris Norton from Dora, Iowa, was a passionate athlete with a bright future in football. However, everything changed after a terrible accident. Even though he could no longer play football, he worked hard to build a new life for himself after facing this huge challenge. At 18 years old, Chris Norton from Dora, Iowa, was a freshman at Luther College, excited about his future in football, his favorite sport. He was very determined, so no one expected the terrible turn his life would take. On October 16, 2010, while playing against Central College, he suffered a serious injury during the third quarter of the game. Just 6 weeks into his college career, he made a mistake that led to a bad spinal cord injury. Suddenly, the stadium went quiet, and Chris found himself lying on the ground, confused and scared, unable to move. He tried everything to get up but couldn't. "I'm trying to push myself up, but nothing's working. I prayed to God to please let me get up and walk off the field," he recalled. Unfortunately, he couldn't walk away that day. Chris was flown to the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota, hoping the doctors could help him. But when they examined him, they delivered bad news. He had fractured his C3 and C4 vertebrae and had only a 3% chance of ever moving his body below his neck. Little did they know who they were dealing with. Everything he had ever imagined his future to be was gone. He would no longer get to be a football star, and at this point, he would have been lucky to move his fingers or toes ever again. But Norton wasn't raised to be a quitter. He summoned the courage to fight his way through this, and he did. "I wasn't going to accept that," Norton told People. "I was going to be part of that 3%. As it turns out, his perseverance paid off in a way that would help others suffering from the same struggles." In 2012, a little over a year after his injury, Norton started a nonprofit organization called the Chris Norton Foundation to help people with neuromuscular and spinal cord disabilities get their lives back. Norton has since raised over $800,000 for this cause and has had an amazing support system that helped him pull off a miracle. He had a lot of support from his family, friends, trainers, and many special people who were touched by his story. "My circumstances would have been completely different if it weren't for these advantages," he explained on his website, chrisnorton.org. His recovery was going great. Having so many people cheering for him and offering their love and support helped him beat the odds. But there was one particular person who changed his life. Just when he thought the surprises were over, Norton wanted to walk on stage for his college graduation to receive his diploma, which gave him plenty of motivation to focus on his recovery. He even moved to Michigan to work with physical therapist Mike Barwis. 3 years after the accident that left him quadriplegic, Norton met Emily Summers on a dating app. He had no idea that this amazing woman would continue encouraging him to keep fighting. But was she the one he had been waiting for his whole life? Norton knew that finding the one wouldn't be easy, but after a couple of unsuccessful attempts at dating, he knew right away that Summers was the one. "For someone to look past my injury and my physical challenges, I instantly knew Emily. She didn't see that. She saw me for who I was, and I instantly had a connection with her," he explained. But this love derailed his original plan to claim his business management diploma. In May 2015, Norton popped the question, and Summers was practically in tears as she accepted his proposal. The following morning, Norton was able to walk the entire length of the stage to get his diploma, and Summers was with him the entire time. But that would not be the last time he would walk again. Norton was dead set on walking during their wedding, but there were a couple of hiccups along the way. His body didn't always cooperate, and there were moments when he felt like giving up. However, Summers continued to motivate him, and after getting all the details set up, the couple was almost ready to say, "I do." But Summers wasn't the only one who would eventually walk down the aisle. To continue working on Norton's recovery, the couple moved to Port St. Lucie, Florida, in May 2016. Around that time, a 17-year-old student that Summers was mentoring was going through her own struggles. Her name was Whitley, and she was getting too old to stay at the foster group for children where she was living. This presented the couple with an opportunity to become parents before they even got hitched. Whitley had nowhere to go, so Norton and Summers decided to foster her for a year. They liked it so much that they decided to foster more kids. They took in a 2-month-old and a 3-year-old. Today, the couple has 5 kids, but there was still one more thing left for them to do. On April 21, 2018, 8 years after his accident, Norton finally married the girl of his dreams. Usually, It's customary for the bride to walk down the aisle, but in this instance, it was Norton who walked down the aisle with a little help from his blushing bride. Their biggest accomplishment was their growing family. By this point, the loving couple had 5 children, all under the age of 8, and it felt great. The couple felt that this was one of the greatest things they had ever done, even more than the time Norton walked on stage at graduation or when he walked down the aisle at his wedding. However, married life with kids was a bit of a juggling act. Norton took care of the financial aspects of the household, like paying the bills and the mortgage, but he hired someone to do the basic housework, such as washing dishes, doing the laundry, and cleaning the house. Since he couldn't help his foster kids the way he wanted to, he found an alternative. He would have liked to help his kids put on their clothes or tie their shoes in the morning, but his condition made that difficult. Instead, he became their mentor and motivational coach to ensure that they stayed on the straight and narrow. His wife, Summers, was like Wonder Woman in his eyes. People often look at them and wonder how Summers does it, but Norton knows the kind of woman he married. Yet, he also marvels at how she gets him in and out of cars or up and down the stairs without ever complaining. "We can travel all over the place, and she can get me in these awkward cars and up or down the stairs," he explained. "She doesn't complain. She just loves it and has so much joy. I'm just in awe of her every single day." Norton and Summers understood that their 5 foster kids had come from difficult backgrounds and had never had the chance to enjoy the fun experiences that many people take for granted. So, on June 16, 2018, the couple decided to surprise their foster kids with a special trip. They took the family to Lion Country Safari in Loxahatchee, Florida. Emily and I played the song Africa and announced we were going to the zoo, and the kids started screaming with excitement. Norton said, "You would think we told them we were spending a whole week at Disney World." But that wasn't the last time they screamed. Going to the zoo was a real treat for the kids, who cheered every time they saw an animal. The happy couple also took them to water slides, a carousel, and even stopped for ice cream. However, they know that these moments won't last forever. Norton and Summers are committed to creating lasting memories for their family so that their foster kids feel loved. "We don't know how long we'll have them, so it's important for us to give them unforgettable experiences," Norton shared. What do you think of this inspirational story? Let us know in the comments section. I hope you like this video. Please give it a thumbs up and share it with your loved ones. Also subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss the update from our channel. Thank you.